Hello, I'm Connie Alexander. Are you the type that would drive a flashy sports car? Or would you prefer a four-door sedan? If you pick the flashy sports car, then the extraordinary Spotted Saddle Horse is the horse for you. Tradition holds that the Spotted Saddle Horse had ancestors who escaped from Viking ships hundreds of years ago. These Icelandic ponies were often the survivors of shipwrecks. Possessing strength and stamina, they survived and proliferated. They were naturally gaited and spotted. Over a period of hundreds of years, other breeds have added genetic traits to the development of this smooth-gaited, multicolored horse. The standardbred contributed size, speed, and lateral gait. The Mustang brought more color and staying power. The gait of the Spotted Saddle Horse has been influenced by both the Missouri Foxtrotter and racking horses. The Pasofino and the Peruvian Paso have also contributed to the colorful bloodline of the Spotted Saddle Horse. Most recently, the Tennessee Walking Horse has been introduced into the bloodline, adding the smooth gait and the rocking horse ride. This breed is easily recognized. Combine a spectacular coat pattern and an easy gait, and you have a modern Spotted Saddle Horse. In order to be registered as a Spotted Saddle Horse, each horse must have white above the hocks, exclusive of facial markings. They must also perform a saddle gait. This can be a running walk, a foxtrot, a stepping pace, or a similar paso gait. This breed is famous for performing the show walk, the show gait, and the canter. The show gait is a natural inherited gait that is unique to this horse. This gait is an intermediate, extra smooth, gliding gait. The horse can travel at 10 to 20 miles per hour and give the rider the sensation of gliding through air. No two Spotted Saddle Horses are alike. They range from 14.3 to 16 hands high and weigh from 900 to 1,100 pounds. The Spotted Saddle Horse has a straight to slightly convex profile. The neck is very slightly arched and muscular. These horses are well muscled and balanced. As with other gaited horses that must push from the rear and pull from the front, the muscle development of the forehand and the rear is equal. The Spotted Saddle Horse has enjoyed the same increase in popularity that other multicolor breeds are enjoying. The demand has increased for both pleasure train and show horses. These versatile horses are being trained in areas of show, trail, and field trail. Their appeal as a purely backyard pleasure ride is easy to understand once you experience the smooth gliding canter. Their calm disposition make them well suited for young people and those individuals who do not have a long history with horses. If you could blend flash and dazzle as well as a smooth as silk ride with a mane and a tail, your end product will be the beautiful Spotted Saddle Horse. Suzanne Jernigan has been raising and training Spotted Saddle Horses for 20 years. She shared her thoughts on this beautiful, versatile horse.
When my husband and I first got married, he was involved with Tennessee Walking Horses, and I had an Appaloosa simply because I liked the color. And so we made a compromise, and we decided that we'd raise Spotted Saddle Horses because they had gait and color. The Spotted Saddle Horse is a easygoing horse. They're easy to get along with. They're fairly calm. Nothing upsets them too much. They're just a really nice family type horse to work with. The Spotted Saddle Horse is a combination of many breeds of horses. Originally, all they had to do to qualify for registration was have a spot the size of a $50 above the knee or hock and exhibit a gait other than a trot, which would be a pace, a rack, a saddle, or a running walk. Most of them have quite a bit of Tennessee Walking Horse blood in them, as ours do. The Spotted Saddle Horse is a great horse for the first-time horse owner. I've sold many foals to people that have never owned horses before, and they've been very successful with raising them and breaking them to ride and trail riding and that type of thing. So they're easy to get along with, and they're not too high strung for somebody that's not used to horses. The spotted saddle horse has a wonderful smooth gait. It's very much like the Tennessee walking horse's running walk. It's wonderfully smooth, and they excel on riding on the trail, and they also make very good farm horses for working with cattle, and children can use them in team pinning events, and there's just a wide range of things you can do with spotted saddle horses. My family bought my sister a horse when I was a baby, and that horse ended up being my horse. When I got out of high school, my grandparents, they gave the horse to me, and he was actually a spotted saddle horse. So my father was in the military, and we moved around quite a bit. I only got to ride this horse in the summertime, and I took riding lessons. I mainly took riding lessons with hunter jumpers in my early teens, and we lived overseas, and I rode with a German riding instructor overseas. But my husband and I, when we got involved into the spotted saddle horses, the first mare we bought, she was lucky enough to produce a world grand champion that she was carrying when we bought her. She was in foal with this mare. And so we've been very fortunate, and it's really been a wonderful thing for us.
There are many things that can cause lameness in a horse, and it would be impossible to discuss every issue here today. Dr. Cindy Johnson talked with us about some of the most common causes of lameness and your best action if you notice a disturbance in your horse's natural gait. Dr. Johnson, tell me, if I or a horse owner notices their horse limping, what could possibly be going on there?
Well, the best thing to do if you notice that your horse is limping is to try to determine which limb he's limping in. That can be very confusing sometimes. It sounds simple, but it's not a lot of times.
Right,
the best way to go about that is have someone move him in a straight line for you.
Okay.
If you can tell from that, then go from there. If you can't tell, then you can use the down on sound rule. When a horse is walking, he will put his head down when he puts the sound foot onto the ground. When he has the hurt foot on the ground, he'll put his head up.
I see.
And so you can follow that rule to try to rule out which foot is really the problem.
Okay.
And then once you determine which limb is the problem, then start at the bottom and go up.
Okay.
Start at the bottom, look at the bottom of the hoof. Check for any soreness, tenderness in any areas. Check for thrush. Check for any irregularities, foreign bodies, anything stuck into the bottom of the hoof or the sides of the hoof.
Okay.
And then check the outside of the hoof. Check for cracks, any type of broken areas, any type of splits.
Okay.
And then you want to just slowly work your way on up the leg, feeling for any irregularities, any swelling, pain, heat, things like that.
Okay. Well, what if we determine that the problem is in the foot? That there's tenderness in say the frog. What are some of the things that can be going on with a horse at that time?
Well, some of the most common possibilities on the bottom of the outside of the foot would be thrush around the area of the frog.
Okay.
You might have sole bruises. Those occur from stepping on hard objects like stones or rocks as they're moving. Those can be very painful. Another possibility is, when was the last time that you had him shod? We could have a nail that's into the white line or the quick of the foot.
Right.
On the outside of the foot, you want to check on the hoof wall to see if there are any cracks or abrasions on the hoof wall. That might be the source of the pain.
Right, right. What if in our touching, palpating the horse's leg, we determine that there's an area of inflammation or heat higher up above the hoof? What are some of the possibilities that may be going on there?
Well, some possibilities there would be, and these are also associated with the internal structure of the bottom of the foot, things like founder, navicular disease. Some of those tendons may be inflamed, tendons, ligaments, or the tendon sheaths that enclose the ligaments and tendons as they move down the legs. Any of those things are possibilities. There could be a tear, or there could just be a sprain.
Right,
so if this is something you know that has been going on or has caused a lot of problems or a lot of pain for the horse, you might want to get your veterinarian to come out and take a look.
That was going to be my next question. Is this at the point where you need to have your vet come in?
Absolutely.
Could it cause a permanent and serious
It could
problem?
cause permanent damage. Okay. Permanent damage. It's not uncommon at all for us to have animals that have not had attention quickly enough and has done permanent damage. Because when you're dealing with those tendons and ligaments and their insertions on the bone and that very, very delicate foot in the horse, damage can be done really quickly.
So would it be safe to say that you suggest that you need to look very closely at your horse's feet on a regular basis?
It's a good idea to keep your horse's feet cleaned all the time. Most horses have some natural concavity to their foot, and when that happens, they'll gather matter in there. Even fecal matter, mud, and things like that will cake in there. And if they sit against the bottom of that foot for long enough, or against that frog, they'll cause conditions like thrush, or cause problems with the sole of the foot. So it's a good idea to keep your horse's foot cleaned out anyway. But when you're doing that, when you're routinely cleaning it out, that's a good opportunity to inspect the rest of the foot and see if you're seeing problems with cracks or abrasions or bruising or anything like that.
Excellent. Thanks for the information, Doc. We'll be back with you next week.
Okay, thank you.
Up next, From the Heart with John Lyons. John discusses some of the things you should consider when first becoming involved with horses.
What can the person do who has never owned a horse, thinks that they would like to get into horses? What can they do? What would be the very first thing they should do or could do? The first thing I would like them to do is to say they know more than they think they do. All right. Now, most people are going to try to tell them how little they know. What I'd like them to know is how much they know about horses before they even start. And I would like them to use their common sense. I would like them to know that if they feel like what the person is asking them to do is dangerous, then to know don't do it. You know, no matter how many years experience the person has is trying to help them with horses, that if they think it might be dangerous, don't do it. If they think the horse is upset, then I want them to think, you know, I want them to go with that feeling. I want them to say, well, the horse is upset. So I want them to be cautious. And then the very best thing, or second best thing they can do, would be to find somebody they trust, that they feel like is in the same type of personality as they are, that kind of wants the same things with their horses, that have been around horses for a while, and then let that person help them and educate them slowly into the horses. Not to really rush into it, but to always remember to be safe first. And no matter who is telling you to do something, no matter how much you think they know, if you think it's not safe, just don't do it. If you think the horse is upset, don't do it. If you think the horse might be out of control, don't do it. You know, just remain safe and as safe as possible, and rely on your own intuition where your safety is involved.
There is something about riding down the street on a prancing horse that makes you feel like something, even when you ain't a thing. Will Rogers. As the old saying goes, you must walk before you can run. It is equally true, you must get on a horse before you can ride. Emma Holloman took us along as she learned the basics of saddling up and moving out from Kim Thomason.
Okay, I want you to grab the reins with some hair, and you're going to put your left foot in the stirrup, and then you're going to swing over. By facing the back, then it helps you to swing up. Now I'm going to hold the saddle on this side. There you go. Very good. Okay, now on him, be sure you don't let the reins get too long. Okay, you don't want to pull his mouth, but you want to keep it contact, like I'm softly holding your arm. I'm not holding it tight, I'm not holding it loose, but I'm just holding it. So that's kind of where you want to feel in his mouth. Okay, you want to sit up nice and straight. Pull your tummy in, shoulders high. And you want to sit up straight like you got a giant that's going to pulling your hair up just a little bit. So if you ride just perfect, he won't pull your hair, okay? And you want to look where you're going. Okay, now to get him to go forward, all you got to do is to squeeze him, or sometimes if he's being a little stubborn, give him a little kick. He is a pony. And you keep your hands straight. Okay, now when we go to turn, all you're going to have to do is to look where you're turning, okay? Look where you're going. It's real important. And then you're just going to bring your inside hand over a little bit. You see how he feels? He's shifting his weight? That's all you have to do. Okay, now do it the other way. Pull this hand over. Look where you're going. Look up straight. You make him look where he's going. There. Okay. Now, let's get your reins a little shorter. Like I said, you'll have to really watch that. Ponies are super smart about getting them out. Okay, let's see if he'll walk. And I'll stay right beside you. There we go. Okay, we're going to kind of walk in a circle. Okay, so look to the right. Look toward me. Bring your hand over here. Good. Very good. Okay, now walk straight. Very good. Okay, let's turn to the left. So look to the left. Take your hand to the left. Very good. Very good. Okay, let's walk straight a minute. Okay, now to stop, we're just going to sit real deep in the saddle and barely pull the reins back and ask him to stop. Very, very good. Okay. Now I want you to take him to the left. Okay. Start taking him to the left. No, I don't have any sugar. You haven't been that good yet. Almost, but not quite. There. Keep going. Okay, let's take him to the right. Take him to the right. That's good. Take him right. Look toward me. There you go. Look toward me now. Don't look down. Look straight where you're going. Okay, come straight toward me. Very good. Okay, you take him to the left. That's a girl. He says, oh, come on, there's got to be a sugar cube in here someplace. Take it to the left. Good. Good job. Okay, let's put your toes in. When you put your toes out, that tells the horse to go because you're liable to kick him a little bit. Okay, take him to the right. That's good. Go straight. Let's walk on straight on down here a little bit. Very good. Sitting up nice and straight. Those arms are bent. Very pretty. Very pretty. Okay, now we're about ready to get off. Now, this is the way I like to have people get off because I think it's the safest way. I want you to take your feet out of the stirrups. There you go. I want you to put the reins in one hand and hold on to the mane. Probably use your right hand. Okay. Let go of this one. Okay, just hold on to the mane. Okay, now I want you to swing this leg over. There. Good. Good job. So that way, if the pony started to run off or something, you wouldn't have your feet in the stirrups just as you were getting off. So you just keep going on off and be off the pony. You'd look like a trick rider then, though. Okay. Okay, and then let's go over what we've learned today, okay? Okay. We got Honey Bear out of the stall and put on his halter, and then we groomed him with the different brushes, the curry comb and the different texture brushes, and we picked out his feet. We brushed his mane and tail a little bit. And we got his bridle on, and you remember how we're supposed to put 2 fingers under the throat latch, chin strap, 4 fingers under the throat latch. And we put the saddle on, and we checked our saddle pad to make sure nothing was on it. And then we came up here and we double checked our saddle to make sure it was tight enough. And then we made sure you were safe and that you had on the correct kinds of shoes to ride in, and you had your helmet on so you just protect your head. And then we worked on getting on Honey Bear, and we worked on how to use our hands to make him turn left and turn right and to sit up nice and straight to help him know what to do, and we practiced getting off the horse. Do you have any questions about any of that?
No.
Good. You did an excellent job. Excellent job. Next time you come, you'll do even better. And before long, we'll have you running all over the place.
Amanda and Rachel Jernigan are sisters who share a love for horses. They not only ride and show their spotted saddle horses, these young equestrians also do the training themselves.
This is my horse, Money Can't Buy Honey. She's a 3-year-old Trailblazer mare, and we raised her, and I've been working with her since she was 2. And I show her and I ride her every day. This is Little Bit. She's my pony that I show in 4-H and sometimes spotted saddle horse shows on Saturday nights. She's 18 and I've been working with her for about 2 or 3 years now, and she's a lot of fun to work with. I've been involved with horses as long as I can remember. I started riding with my mom when I was 2 and by myself when I was 4, and I'm 17 now. I've been riding and horses for about 9 years, and I started when I was 4 and I'm 13 now. Well, I spend different amounts of time with different horses, but as a whole, I probably spend 4 or more hours at the barn every day. For 4 hours a day in the afternoon, I usually ride the horse or groom it or just give it some attention. I spend 4 hours a day with my horse because it's a lot of fun and I really like my horses. I spend so much time with my horse because I just really enjoy it, and it's a lot of fun, and I really like showing and working hard to go to a show, and you get a really good sense of accomplishment when you go to a show and you win a blue ribbon and you've worked really hard. I really enjoy going to shows and meeting different people. I've made a bunch of friends, and I'm in youth council, and we do a lot of stuff together, and we put on a show, and we all worked in the concession stand, and it was a lot of fun. Yes, I would recommend horses to other young people because it's a really good way to learn how to take care of something, and it gives you responsibility.
The Georgia Horse Fair is an annual event produced by the Georgia Horse Council. This event brings horse owners and the public together from all over the Southeast. This 2-day equestrian event held in Perry, Georgia provides entertainment as well as educational clinics. The fair provides participants with a vendor showcase of over 80 special products and services. The Georgia Horse Fair provides the public and the seasoned equestrian with a wide variety of educational opportunities to learn about horses and their care. These seminars occurred in 2 separate venues. Topics discussed included nutrition, health, proper tacking, and many more. The Parade of Stallions was an excellent opportunity for the public to experience many different breeds under one roof. The breeds represented included Pasofino, Arabian, Paints, Tennessee walking horses, Appaloosas, Friesian, Haflinger, and many more. Many owners and trainers bring these beautiful animals from long distances in order to present them to those attending the fair. Throughout the day, the main arena provides a theater for a parade of talented drill teams. The Georgia Horse Council's drill team competition attracts drill teams from all over the Southeast. Equestrian drill teams combine color, music, and of course group horsemanship. Teamwork is an absolute necessity. The hours of training become apparent when you see the timing and precision evident with these performers. The art of riding a horse in a group setting within a confined space gives the appearance of a choreographed dance. There is a place for any equestrian of any age in a drill team. The medieval jousting tournament was a favorite with everyone. These riders exhibited both skill and daring as they charged the center arena with lances raised. The 2 teams competed against each other to determine which team had the better marksman. The costumes and the music contributed to the drama as both teams exhibited expert marksmanship and equestrian skill. Carlton Crow, a champion at free reining, gave an exciting exhibition in the center arena. The communication between horse and rider is instantaneous as the horse explodes from one side of the arena to the other. The audience was enthralled. A wide variety of riding disciplines were represented. These disciplines including dressage, Western horsemanship, and driving exhibitions. A seminar on custom saddle fitting given by J.M. Yancey shed light on some problems and pain your horse might experience if forced to wear an improperly fitted saddle. Dr. Lee Myers, the Georgia State veterinarian, discussed the West Nile virus and the possible consequences this virus could have on your horse. Saturday evening, the stands were full for an exciting evening of equine excellence. These exciting equestrian acts entertained the audience with music and showmanship. The wide variety of entertainment, as well as educational opportunities, make this two-day event a tremendous success. The Georgia Horse Fair is a must-see for anyone interested in the equestrian experience.
In reality, not everyone can own a horse. Just like people, they are living creatures who require significant resources. As in our relationships with people, not every day will be perfect and filled with fun. Take into consideration all aspects of horse ownership before making the decision to bring a horse into your life. Coming into the relationship with realistic expectations will temper the routine and sacrifice with joy and satisfaction. As always, when you are horsing around, be safe,